years from 1940 till 1945 of World War II can be roughly divided into 3 episodes. Up to autumn 1942, living in The Hague. There is not much memorabilia of the time in The Hague, except the many letters that father had sent from or smuggled out of various prisons and concentration camps. He had been able to get top secret information across to the English intelligence about the planned German invasion of England. Been betrayed, no doubt through forced confessions, and imprisoned. These paintings show what the prison cell in the Orange Hotel looked like. That's what the prison used by the German Sicherheitsdienst in Scheveningen was commonly called. Father was eventually executed. In the spring of 1942, the rest of the family, mother, my sister Pam, and I, were also betrayed and imprisoned in here. In our case, for assisting a secret agent, Art Alblas. Art had been sent from England to collect military information. Earlier I stole this pass, a token to get to visit prisoners, with the vain hope of helping my father to escape. From late 1942 I lived mainly near Zeist. After my mother's, sisters and mine unexpected release, we found that our house had been requisitioned by the German army, and so came to live near Zeist. By this time one needed papers for nearly everything. Any somewhat able man not working in an essential industry was deported to work for the German war effort. One could not live without coupons for food, clothing, everything. Everyone needed identification. Bicycles were just commandeered. It was totally impossible to exist without all sorts of documents. I set up a resistance group, part of the organization of the Dutch underground. We collected information, weapons, etc. for the coming up rising against the German occupation. This armband was meant to signify we were members of the underground resistance. The last period, from mid-winter 1944 till the war in Europe was ended. When it became too risky to stay here near Zeist, I took off to the eastern part of the Netherlands. Here I became involved with helping downed Allied airmen to escape. Again, I needed all sorts of official-looking documents, especially to explain how I could be freely walking and biking. Several of these papers are forged. This particular order to the German troops to fight to the last drop of blood and the last bit of ammunition has the names and addresses of several of these airmen. At the closing stages of the war, I guided and translated for a Canadian Advanced Armored Reconnaissance Group. These pamphlets were dropped by the Allies over the German army. Finally, I found myself in charge of the village Zellen, protecting the village from looting, safeguarding collaborators against the wrath of the local citizens, and storing enormous amounts of bombs, mines and ammunition in the local schoolhouse. Wearing this armband. Not long after, I joined the regular army and went overseas. Over the years, I have received various certificates and such to do with these long ago years. Maybe these memorabilia will mean something to following generations, and so hopefully The Society for Information on World War II, SNIWOT, can make these available to anyone interested.